Welcome back to Frontside Press. What?
Take off my old man
Two.
glasses. Redo 2.0.
2.0.
2.0. What's up?
It's good to see you. I mean,
Yeah, good to see you too.
not the same as sitting next to you
That's
in
true.
the studio.
No studio. No studio,
It's
no
good to see
props, no funny desk.
But also, I can't wear
People,
pajamas in the studio. Thanks, Booba.
You
Take a look.
could, because you were
Yeah.
always sitting behind the desk. It was those of us who were guests couldn't wear pajamas because everybody could see us sitting in the chair. You could wear whatever you want.
I always wanted to sit at that desk in my underwear. But
I did it a couple times. It's not as exciting as you think.
Percy should have the spotlight. I think Percy should have the spotlight.
go. So how's everything sound?
So what's
Everything's
up?
working, stuff like that? Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. Everybody's playing with all the
Perfect.
stuff. Cool.
So
Let me
far,
see.
so good.
Check Frontside Press, see how we look on that. Can you hear me
So
okay?
far, so good. You think who are you expecting somebody to answer you? Me? Her? People on Frontside Press?
Yeah, I just want to see what it's like this. Okay,
I
good.
can't say anything.
Not the first time.
Scary.
You're competing with all the other ones.
I just want to see how all this stuff's working and stuff like that. Percy.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically our first episode, but it's more like a prequel or a preview or whatever. We want to make sure everybody's equipment is all set up. We want to make sure the cameras are working, check out some promos. So if you're tuning in for the first episode, it's probably going to suck, but I can promise that it'll get better from here.
Well, it can't get much worse. I mean,
Well, I don't know. We haven't started yet.
you know what this means? This means I can go out and buy PJs, or I can buy pajamas and write them off on my taxes
That's true. That's true.
as a business expense.
Just make sure you're wearing pajamas. Julie will appreciate that. We don't want no
Why?
Jeffrey Tubin actions going on here on the video.
Please, what is wrong with you?
See, now I'm hearing myself.
Hold
talking
on.
about myself.
Here, I turned it off.
All right.
This is why you do a preview, a prequel.
That's right. Well,
Welcome
it's
to
like
our
this.
show.
We're going to get everything ironed out this week, and Julie's going to do the same freaking thing next week.
Well, yeah, we'll be here hopefully in a year from now doing the same thing probably because I was on you guys' show before and you still couldn't get your shit together, and that was like 5 years old, wasn't
That stuff was moving perfectly.
it? You're getting a little better. You just got all the sound effects done correctly, and then we ended up moving studios, and now we don't have all the sound effects. That's
We
right.
still got them. Play me a sound effect.
Yeah. Excellent.
See that?
You fucking know better.
Whoa. We're going to get demonetized like 5 minutes into the show. Oh, I have no idea. It's YouTube. We put firearms in the title. We'll probably be banned in like a week. Yep.
For the first time.
And Bookface. So what's up, man? Go ahead. Get started. Let's do this. Welcome to our show.
All right, so it's good to be back. You know, it's Thursday Night Live. Except now I got to worry about putting the dog out. You know, we got the room full with stuff. We got to clean all this room out. This is where the studio is going to be, and we're going to be running. We'll be making videos up here, Veritas videos, and running Frontside Press out of here with you. All right. So what we're doing is I'm here, he's there, and we're running this through Mars Vision Production. So.
Yep. SRQ Live Studio.
SRQ Live Studio.
.com.
Yeah,
In case anyone doesn't remember, for various reasons, you lost your home, which you were basically your in live studio where you had the desk and everything else going on. So we were trying to figure out a way to kind of keep the show going with a different type of technological situation. And I already had my YouTube up and going, and you set up a studio in your place. I've got my normal studio in here in my place, so we figured let's just transfer it to a live simulcast on Musings with MGL on YouTube and Frontside Press on Facebook, and you guys have a YouTube channel too, right? Frontside Press YouTube. So you'll either be live streaming or
Yeah.
put it on there later.
FSP,
Yeah.
No, I think it is.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get it
So
all
same
lined out.
show.
We'll get it going live to YouTube because you know you got to get off Facebook because Facebook sucks.
Well,
The band
YouTube,
has-
look, YouTube's not much better. They have issues on YouTube. I've squeaked through with most of my videos so far, but I'm really surprised. But I'm sure we'll get banned at some point. But I won't consider this a successful show until we get banned for like a week or a month or something. Isn't that the Facebook badge too? Until I get banned, you know.
we were at 666,000 people reached in 28 days, and then boom, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Came crashing down. They started shadow banning us. Like, I don't get you in my feed anymore. I hear that, 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Don't get notifications. I wasn't getting notifications for a lot of your shows. I'd forget. It'd be like 8:30 or 8:45 on a Friday or Thursday. I'd be like, oh crap, I forgot the show was on, because I wouldn't get a notification or the little one in the corner or whatever. So I'm sure that's what was happening. And that happens a lot with YouTube too. If we blow up on YouTube and get 660,000 people watching our show, I guarantee you we'll be getting some unsubscribes and some shadow banning. But hey, we can only dream. So yeah, this is our new format, people. We're going to be live streaming multiple various platforms. Same wonderful host we had before, Mike. Same great producer, Julie. I was obviously a monthly guest, but now I'm going to be the weekly co-host of the show. But we're still going to talk about firearms. We're still going to talk about current events, politics. We'll probably have some guests on here to do some fun things like y'all used to do from local places. And with the YouTube setup now, we can even hopefully get guests from other places, even if they're not local to where we are here in Florida. Anybody can log in with the link and show a product or talk about anything that's going on in their local. So we're going to see if we can maybe blow it up and make it a little bit more global. But I'm just excited to get back to talking about firearm stuff, legal stuff, fun stuff, shooting stuff, all the cool things.
So what do we got going on right now? Like, what's the deal with
Are we
braces?
going to do a toast first?
Oh, yeah.
You guys stick with traditions, aren't you? You're going to make a little intros. We don't have the sponsors right now. If many of you remember, we had a lot of local, or they had a lot of local awesome sponsors. And we're working on that. We'll make some phone calls. Maybe we'll get some back. But for now, we can skip all the sponsor stuff and get right into everybody's favorite part of the show, which is the
drink it. I mean, the toast.
That's right.
Oh, hold on one second. I definitely got to give a shout out to the Chidlows, Joe and Dan, for giving me this Heaven's Door Bob Dylan's bourbon. Like, it's friggin' 92 proof, and it's just awesome.
Good.
So, all right. So our first
Bob
toast
Dylan?
back.
I didn't think Heaven's Door was Bob Dylan.
What's that?
I didn't think Heaven's Door was Bob Dylan. Knock, knock, knocking on it. That's not Bob Dylan. I'm not saying the liquor's not. I'm just saying I think they took the name from a different song and then tied it to the wrong singer. It should be called
It's his
Times Are Changing
bourbon.
or something. I don't know. Whatever.
It's his bourbon, his company.
Hey, look, I'll take your word for it.
Whatever, man. Why don't you just call him?
Let's do it. Drink.
All right.
Are they going to be our sponsors, or are you just giving them free advertising?
No, I'm just drinking it because it tastes awesome. Like, we weren't going to say anything really about it until you started. Like, I don't know what to say about that.
We'll get a copyright ban. That's all right.
Hey, check out my new shirt.
Oh, it's a tank with a Christmas tree on it. Is that a Clark
And a secret
Griswold
squirrel
tank?
up here.
Yeah, you forgot your saw.
Yeah.
Yep, I get it.
There.
I get it.
Wardrobe by Cat. Barella, not like C-A-T, like K-A-T. All right, so here we go. Since we're getting back here, cranking back up, even though nobody's watching because we didn't tell anybody.
Right, we didn't advertise it. We didn't tell anybody. That's all right.
We just need
Nobody
footage
wants
so
to
we can
watch
see
this
some
anyway.
more. All right, so here we go. Here's to friends.
Woohoo, damn.
That's pretty good for not advertising.
All right.
That's probably all on Facebook, though. I'm not getting crap on Music with MGL. That's right. Let's do this.
Here's to friends. Never above us, never below us, always right next to us.
It's good to be back.
the more you drink this, the smoother it gets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's got nothing to do with the 92 proof.
I'm gonna Uber home.
So what do you want to talk about? What have you been up to since we last saw each other? What's it been? A couple of months since your last show?
That's been
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Anything exciting been going on since then? Let's see. There's been some elections. There's been, unfortunately, a lot of shootings. Hurricane for us down here in Florida.
There was the
Legislation.
Elijah
Two
Dickin
hurricanes,
shooting.
that's true.
Oh yeah.
Elijah Dickin. There was that.
Yep. Yeah,
Changes
yeah,
everything.
A couple of
Everybody's always like, your gunfight's only gonna be at 3 feet. Like, you got a permit that says you can only gunfight at 3 feet? Because the average is 5 yards. You know, well, you're never gonna have to shoot past. Why would you need more than, like, all right, man, whatever. 8 times at 40 yards in 15 seconds. Hope you've been working on that at the range.
yeah.
You need to train for the probable, not the possible. Like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, just to let you know. Like, you train for.
Is it? It's not like. Are people saying exclusively? Like, you could train for both, obviously.
Right, you should train for both.
But are there instructors that are just like, since statistics say it's going to be an enclosed shooting, I'm only going to teach you how to shoot from 5 feet?
You shouldn't be training for the possible. You should just train for the probable. Or whatever. You know,
Yeah, that's not a good.
No, like we've been
strategy.
running the Wally World drill for like what 3 years now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 steel targets. You got to get 3 hits on each with 2 10-round mags at 50 yards. When would I ever shoot 50 yards? You walk into a Walmart, right? There's one guy at the other door shooting people with an AR-15, and you are skilled enough to hit him without endangering other people. Well, I don't know. Okay, Elijah Dickin.
Well, I guess the theory would be, or the position on that would be, if it's truly for self-defense, you would be running the other way. You wouldn't even try and engage the guy. Obviously, there's certain, call them heroes or better people, who would go and engage somebody like that. But your average person would run away from the fire. So I guess they're thinking, well, if you're not an immediate threat, you can run out the back door of Walmart. That guy at the mall was, he was more aggressive. He could have just ran away, obviously, or ducked behind the counter, but he decided to do something extra and take the guy out. So I guess if your sole purpose is to train to protect yourself, you wouldn't have to shoot at 50 yards. But again, you never know. If you're in the movie theater, that crazy Joker guy at the movie theater, and you're in the back row, where the hell are you going to go? Like, you can't escape or run away from that. You duck down behind those shitty movie theater chairs and put your face on the popcorn and soda-stained floor and hope that he doesn't make his way up to the top row. So it's the same thing in the legal world, obviously. You have to prepare for all contingencies. We don't get hired on a case and think, oh, we're only going to worry about this or we're going to worry about this. Yeah, statistically speaking, maybe you'll get probation, but you could be that one poor son of a bitch who ends up getting prison. So you got to be prepared for everything. You can't just kind of focus in on it. And obviously the same issue comes with guns.
Like, I'm not saying that
was good though, man.
50 yards, so you're ready for it. But
right, I mean, as an
you got to be able to
instructor
shoot
and
from
everything,
more than 3 feet away.
I mean, what do you think?
Like, it's
about
all
that
those
guy's
1911 guys that can't shoot for shit, right? They're like, well, do I really need to hit something at 5 yards? Like, it's kind of far away. Yeah, you'll be fine.
All those Glock guys always shoot left and up and to the left, right? So what is it?
No, low and to the left. All Glocks shoot low and to the left.
Low and to the left. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
There's 12 guys in friggin', Austria wearing lab coats with clipboard, looking at a Glock going, yep, they all shoot low and to the left. Are we going to fix it?
Right.
I don't know how to fix it. Okay, put them all in the boxes and ship them. Like, what jackass says all Glocks shoot low and to the left?
1911 guys?
They can't fix it. I've been trying to.
So what's your take on that?
Still shoot low and to the left.
With that shooting, that's a pretty damn good skill on that. Like, what's your take on that?
Fucking, he's
can
a rock
anybody star. Train? Yeah, can anybody train to be that good? Is that a 1 in a million? Shooter?
No. Like, here's the deal. Like, I put a video up the other day, like I was fortunate enough that I got to go out and train. Like it was supposed to rain, so we canceled the class. And the two people in the class that said they would come out even if it was raining, we said, I'll tell you what, just come out, right? It'll be you two, me, and Julie, and we'll just run drills because I want to get some trigger time. So if you watch that video, and like almost in the beginning, there's 3 of us shooting. We're at 35 yards out of the holster, bang, center punching that little 4-inch circle at 35 yards. So can you do it? Yeah. Like, you know, was it amazing for him to do what he did? Hell yeah. Like, that is a rock star. You know, he took on a guy with an AR-15 at 40 yards moving and got 8 out of 10 shots, 8 out of 10 hits on that scumbag. You know, within 15 seconds, he stopped it.
Right.
Like, I don't know anything better than that. I've never heard of anything better than that.
Imagine.
You know, there was a guy in Texas, one shot, 357 through the guy's face. That was just a touching, emotional moment to me when I heard that he shot a guy in the face with a 357 SIG on the first shot.
In a church.
In a church, like, just give me a second so I can get it all back together. All right, but you know, I mean, that's training right there. He was an instructor. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't like,
right.
You know, I'm an instructor, but you don't know what you're doing. Like, he actually knew what he was doing. He shot that guy in the face, stopped that attack, boom, right? Same thing with Elijah Dickens. He hit this guy moving, you know, 8 out of 10 times in 15 seconds. It wasn't like he had that gun bench rested or something. Came out of the holster. Why did he only shoot 10 shots?
Plus people running around. I'm sure his adrenaline was pumping through his chest. I mean, that's insane.
And the thing is, people are like, well, you only need so many. Like, why did Elijah Dickens only shoot 10 rounds?
Because that was all that was in his magazine.
Because that's all he had. He had 10-round mag.
That's what I said. That's all that was in his magazine, right? Yeah.
Yep. He shot him. The guy dropped to the ground.
So what you're saying, Mike, is you'd be okay with a 10-round magazine cap law because that's all he needed was 10 rounds to stop that guy. Why do you need a 30-round mag or a 20-round mag? Why do you need more than one mag? You just admitted, I'm going to go lawyer on you. You just admitted, sir, that 10
You're
rounds.
You're a bad lawyer. You're going more lawyer on me with that. The only reason he shot 10 rounds at him, the only reason the guy died, he was still living when he reloaded. He was still living when he reloaded.
He stopped the shooting.
He stopped the shooting because he shot all his ammo.
All right. Just take that. Mike says 10 rounds is all you need to stop. So why are you against magazine capacity bans?
No, all you need is 1 round. You shoot a guy in the face with 357 SIG. Why do we need more than 1 round? If you're lucky.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Or at least 2 shotgun blasts is all you.
I'm not going to like this new format. I'm just letting you know that. I've had enough of his shit already.
I can't turn off my devil's advocate.
How much I missed you. I just want you guys to know that.
It's great. It's great. But no, that was great. Look, if you ever need an argument for all the things you're talking about, why people should carry, why you need multiple round firearms, why you need to train, you couldn't find a better argument for it. Of course, they'll always say, well, if we had the right laws, the AR-15 guy wouldn't have been there in the first place and we wouldn't need that guy. But I don't know what color the sky is on your planet, but here on Earth, it's blue. So it's kind of like you can wish and hope for anything you want, but you're only going to get what you're going to get.
Like this is the people that we argue with. Okay, I want you to understand this.
Sure.
This jackass took an AR-15 apart, put it in a backpack, came into a mall in a gun-free zone. Okay,
right.
He put it together in the bathroom, came out of the bathroom. This is as far as I know, and I could be wrong on my facts, but this is what I know. Okay, he shot an elderly couple that I think was there having like brunch or lunch on their anniversary. Then he shot like a 9 or an 11-year-old girl, and then friggin' Eli laid the hate to him. And these scumbags, all right, because I want you to understand what scumbags these people really are. They want to put Elijah Dickens in jail for having a gun in a gun-free zone.
In a gun-free zone, yeah.
All right. So that is who we get in arguments with, which I'm done arguing.
Sure.
Like people like
they'll tell you that if he couldn't get the AR-15 in the first place, we wouldn't need an Elijah Dickinson. If you didn't support weapons of war on the street, we wouldn't have had to worry about that.
Look up the day that what was it? What's the one up in Connecticut where that asshole went into the school and killed a bunch of kids?
Yeah,
Newtown, right? Look that up. On the same day in China, a guy went into a school and killed more kids with a knife.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, it's like stop being a bunch of whining crybabies. Let us beat up more bad people. The world would be a better place if I could punch more people in their friggin' face. So please pass a law that allows me to punch stupid people in the face. Because being stupid should now be painful. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of giving up all my money. I'm tired of my life being harder to live because some friggin' dipshit has zero life experience and thinks this is how the world. You know what's a great idea? If we vote for Joe Biden. Yeah, that's a wonderful friggin' idea. I don't think
Joe Biden wants to ban all semi-automatic firearms.
Well, 9mm because it pushes your lungs out.
Right.
Like it should be illegal to have your lungs pushed out. I'm just saying. I'm with it. 9mm is so powerful.
9mm.
That if you get shot
all
with it, it's like being hit with a 30-06. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how they're legal.
Double-barreled shotgun that he wants.
Just fire them off.
Everybody to have a double-barrel shotgun.
Then get sentenced.
Well, that's my question. Why didn't that guy at the mall just shoot his bullets in the air? Because that's all it would take to scare people off.
Right. If we did that, we wouldn't have any crime. What's wrong with you stupid gun people?
Do we have that clip of Joe Biden? Do we have that clip of Joe Biden saying ban all semi-automatic firearms?
He's not going to do that. He just wants common sense gun law coming from a guy with zero common sense. That's
right. Yeah, you got a clip. Run a clip.
And this morning, President Biden spoke to reporters in Massachusetts about that deadly Walmart shooting. The president shared his next steps concerning gun control. Here's what he plans to do.
Here we go.
The idea we still allow semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick. It's just sick. It has no social redeeming value. Zero, none. Not a single solitary rationale for it except profit for the gun manufacturer.
Can you do anything about gun laws during the lame duck service?
I'm going to try.
What will you try and do?
I'm going to try to get rid of assault weapons.
Hear that? He's going to try to get rid of assault weapons. The president, the first lady, and their 2-year-old grandson visited a Nantucket firehouse this morning. The family.
Yeah, there you go. All semi-automatic firearms. Now, full disclosure, in all fairness, they came out afterwards and said he misspoke and meant fully automatic firearms, and he just pulled a Biden, not knowing where he's at, can't put his jacket on, doesn't know who's dead or alive at his press conference. There you have it, folks.
The White House to the White Home.
Sure.
I'm just saying, like, let's be honest.
They should call it the Brown House because I hear he has some issues with some bowel.
Isn't it a crime to abuse the elderly?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that against the law?
Yeah. Especially here in Florida.
Why are they allowing this to happen? Oh, because they don't want the other dipshit to be in charge. Like,
listen, I was gonna say, it's kind of one of those. What are you going to do after that?
All right, listen, Democrats, listen. I got something for you. Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to take the hyena, okay, and give her like some sort of like job in another country, like an ambassador to like some country that we don't really give a shit about, right? Just send her over there, make her the ambassador, right? Then put your guy in her spot, guy or lady, whoever you want, and then take the dipshit and put him in a real home where he can be cared for, right? Where when he shits himself, somebody will come and clean it for him and stuff like that, so he doesn't stain any of the furniture in the White House. Like, that's all you got to do. It's not that hard. Like, I'm surprised you haven't moved forward on this plan either. You get, what's that dipshit out in California? What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
That friggin' idiot.
Newsom.
Yeah, Newsom, right?
Oh, God.
They should just make him,
Handsome
like,
Newsom.
get rid of the hyena, put the jackass into place, and then put Sleepy Joe, the idiot, in a home, right? And all you got to do is test him. He'll fail, okay? And then they can bump up Newsom, and then they'll have that jackass as the president, and life is good for the friggin' idiot lefties. That's all you gotta do. It's not that friggin' hard.
Life
Anybody
is
that
good
goes
for them
against
now.
you is a racist.
Life is good for them now, my friend.
No, they're being told life is good, so they walk around like this. Life is good. Joe Biden is good. Like,
True.
please explain to me how life is good.
Well, life is good for the liberals because they have what they want. They've got huge government spending. They've got climate change money going around. They got all the lefties in the White House and the Senate. I mean, they can't even win a 2 times in a row now. They've lost a Georgia Senate race. Georgia, what happened to Georgia? I don't get it.
Let's not talk about.
But no, so he wants to ban
votes are going on.
semi-automatic firearms, which is of course 99% of the firearms out there in the American public are semi-automatic. You can believe he misspoke or didn't misspoke, but this actually isn't the first time he said it. If you Google it, you'll find multiple other videos of him using that exact phraseology. So we all know what he wants.
Right. It's like this. It's easier for them to be in control if we don't have guns.
Well, of course.
So we
That's
should
what
get
it's
rid of
always
them
been
because
about.
they're bad. They're bad for Democrats.
Well, certain Democrats, they're. I mean, I'm sure you know a bunch of them as well too. And here in Florida, there's a lot of Democrats around here that own
I got a bunch of
firearms.
Democrats.
They're not all anti.
I traded
Here's
a
what
bunch
I've said
of
about. Well, here's what
What
I've
would you
said about
rather have?
Democrats.
Lefties?
Well, I don't know, lefties, liberals,
But
something
here's
along those.
the-
Even classical liberals used to be, reasonable to some extent. It's the leftists, I guess. But here's what I've always said about Democrats. I even made a YouTube video on this here on Musings with MGL. Like, subscribe, share my channel out there. The Democrats don't hate guns. What they hate are private gun ownership, because they're perfectly fine with the military having guns as long as they're in charge of the military. They're perfectly fine with law enforcement having guns as long as they're in charge of the law enforcement. And they're perfectly fine with their private security having guns, and even themselves having guns. What they don't want are the masses having guns. They don't want your average citizen and the plebes owning firearms. So they're not against. A lot of people always say that Democrats hate guns. No, Democrats don't hate guns. They hate you having guns. That's a big difference.
Right.
And
The
Joe Biden
Constitution is outdated.
Well, look, hey, there's a potential presidential candidate on the Republican side that had recently said that the Constitution should be thrown out as well. So everybody out there should stop.
Here's the
making
deal.
Statements related to throwing out constitutions.
I am registered as a Republican. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean I vote the party.
Oh, sure. Same here.
Like here's the truth. My whole life, right, since I've been registered and legal age to vote, I have only put one name on any vehicle I have owned as far as political goes, right? Politician.
You mean like a bumper sticker or something?
Yeah. I only put one.
Me too.
And she's a Democrat.
Yep.
And it's still on my
Clinton?
truck.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
Yep.
We
Still
appreciate
It's like this.
It's the only one
Honestly, Jeff, here's the
the only
deal.
one I've
You know how
ever
much I
voted
love
for.
and respect you, but that has nothing to do with you.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Absolutely nothing. She was a much better candidate than the guy she was running against.
Yep.
Right.
Like, that was not a favor to you. That was the truth. Like, she's a much
The correct
better candidate.
decision. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. I don't care who she's, like, what side she's on. Like, this is what I care about, right? The security of this country and the security of my family, and maybe not even in that order. So if you're trying to make it so that, I can't have things to protect my family, then you can go screw yourself. Don't get all jumpy on the bell. I don't have enough money to swear tonight. So, right, if you're letting friggin' people into this country and you think it's okay, then you can go screw yourself. Oh, you're an anti-immigrant. Yep, that's me. You know a lot about me.
Do it legally. Jeez.
Like,
so scary.
Well, and the issue for me, since it's our first episode, there might be people who really don't know much about us. For me, it all comes down to one thing, which is the Constitution, because I think everything's everything's looped into that. The Constitution gives us all the freedoms that we have to protect those things that you're talking about. The Second Amendment, free speech. I mean, look at all the shit that's going on with Twitter. Now, I will never be on Twitter because it's a cesspool, and I don't care who owns it. It's not a real place, and I got better things to do with my life. But just watching the left completely melt down over what's happening at Twitter makes it hilarious because, again, it makes it clear that there's a certain segment of the country that just doesn't support anything about the Constitution. They would like to shred it all up and start over from scratch. So for me, if a candidate is for the Constitution, then that's my candidate. Because all those things fall into what you're talking about. You can protect yourself with the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. As a lawyer, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, like all those things protect individual liberties. As long as you got individual liberties, then you got a free country. Anything else is a dictatorship, in my personal opinion, or a theocracy or an autocracy, whatever you want to call it. So if a candidate truly is on the side of the Constitution, now we all know they lie, and I more than Democrats, I hate the Republicans that will tell you to your face that we're pro Second Amendment or on the side of the Constitution. They turn around and vote against it on a regular basis. I'd rather have the other people that are at least telling me how they feel. But for me, it's I'm a single issue voter, and that single issue to me is the Constitution, and that's the way I'll always vote. If you're not in favor of that, you're not getting my vote. Doesn't mean I'm going to vote for the other guy because they're probably not in favor of it either, but doesn't mean you're going to get my vote.
There you go.
So, lighter topics. What else is going on out there? Anything exciting we want to talk about?
Took a trip to Bogota.
Oh yeah, how's it like down there?
Right now it's crazy because they voted in socialist commie and stuff like that.
I saw that. Yeah.
He's totally screwing over the country, but all South America.
And then you came back to America where it's completely different than voting in a crazy socialist that's ruining the country.
It's like this. I go down and visit my in-laws, and my life is good.
Yeah.
My life is so good. You know what I mean? Like the more of Mafi's family that I can see, the better my life gets. It's as simple as that. You know, and there's a lot, like, to be honest, there's a lot less stupidity down there. Like, I came back and I'm walking through the airport and I'm just like, what is wrong with people? You know what I mean? Like, first of all, if you're a woman and your gut is bigger than mine, maybe you should wear a shirt that covers it. Like, you shouldn't have a crop top on. You know what I mean?
Wait, we live in
Florida,
right? You realize that's not the rule.
My house.
Damn, that's true. Maybe you should wear crop tops.
Hey, I'm wearing pajamas.
Equality.
Yeah,
We're one step away.
Equality.
Like, listen to people talk and listen to how rude people are and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? Like, I'd rather be down there. You know, this country is.
Are they nicer down there than up here?
Well, like, one, I could say yes, because to be honest, I don't know what the hell they're saying. So I don't know if they're being rude. Plus, my wife won't tell me anything.
Bliss, my friend.
In the face, so, you know, all I know is that.
Can you punch people in the face in Bogota?
You
have a law down there that allows you to do that?
Whether it's my in-laws or my side or whatever, the happier I am. You know what I mean?
Gotta learn Spanish.
I gotta learn Spanish, but
Gotta learn Spanish.
oh, make sure you call me after the show, please. Like, I'm gonna call you. Please answer the phone. He's like, you.
Oh, me?
Not you.
Yeah, you.
Wait, who are
I
you
gotta talk to
talking
you
about?
about something.
Okay,
Yeah.
will do. I'm not going to Bogota, but you can call me. Yeah.
Oh, you should go to Bogota.
Yeah. I'll go
Hey,
down.
you should see my new sites for class. I got 2 new sites from the Colombian Military Academy. Send them to me.
They're very cool. I used them tonight.
So did I.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
Like, they're great. So I got a pair of them mailed up to me.
Yeah. I need to go to a class, so you need to next class. I know you just had one recently, but for some reason I only got notice like a couple days ahead of time, and it didn't work out for my
It was a
schedule. But
newbie
if I get
class.
some more notice, okay.
That was a
Well, I can
foundational.
fake it.
Foundational is newbie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're being on that.
Well, let me know.
Not that it's like, honestly, not that you're not going to get anything out of it,
Sure.
right? But you're not going to do any running, gunning, or anything like that. You know, did you see the video?
Yeah,
oh, no,
I did.
because I don't come up on your post or whatever.
Well, not only
Pretty good.
I see your stuff, I didn't used to see when this show would go live. For some reason, it was getting buried, but I see your other stuff.
Yeah. Like
We need to
that's
do
a good
it. We need
deal.
to do one.
So what? Like this is what everybody's
Sweet.
asking me. What's the deal with the braces?
Oh, you know what? Why don't we let's tease next week, because I think the date for those coming in to, well, spoiler alert, they don't have a specific date for that rules taking place yet, and there's actually some scuttlebutt that it's not going to happen. So what I would suggest is we'll tease for next week. I can do the research on it, find out what the status of it is, and we can pull up. We'll send the producer the form, and we can pull up the form, and I'll walk you guys through step by step what it means. I mean, if it goes through, just a little teaser, if it goes through, I don't think you're going to be able to have a stabilization brace on any AR pistol, because the point system they have basically makes it impossible to put one of them on any sort of configuration and have it be under the point system. I was at a gun shop the other day, and we pulled a bunch of them off the wall. We pulled the sheet out. We measured them. We checked on the make of the brace that was on there, and every single one of them that they had for sale in their shop would have failed multiple sections of the point system on that form. So we couldn't, amongst ourselves, me, the Smith that works there, the owner, we couldn't come up with a configuration that would fit into this point system. So, and then I sent some messages out to other lawyers I know and told them about my experiment, and everybody basically came to consensus that that's correct, that if this rule goes into effect, it's in effect a ban on stabilization braces on AR pistols without having a tax stamp.
Can the ATF legally make laws?
So the answer to that is no.
Okay, we're good. Thanks for answering that.
It's not a law, it's a rule.
Can they make
The
rules
ATF
that actually affect us?
Well,
The
answer is
constitutional for them to make laws, make rules.
I do not believe they can do that.
Because you're like the best friggin' attorney I know.
I am not.
Keep dancing.
Hey,
do you have your dance shoes on? Do you have? Are they tap or ballet when you start dancing? I want to know.
I feel like I'm at one of those congressional hearings, and they're asking me, am I shadow banning conservatives on my site? So
you would feel a lot better if you're drinking this.
I'm going to give you the answer that I give everybody. I believe any law or rule that restricts firearms is unconstitutional. I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. It says shall not be infringed, period. It doesn't say comma unless the ATF says so. So if you want my legal opinion, the answer is no, they can't do that. However, unfortunately, there's a body of case law out there about the Administration Act, which gives all these various multiple letter agencies the right to make up their own rules to regulate their agencies. It's a pretty broad written statute. It's been interpreted broadly over the decades by the Supreme Court. And so, the bump stock ban keeps getting shot down. That was passed, or that rule was passed. There have been a couple of lawsuits filed to undo that rule, and they all keep getting shut down, saying the ATF has the right to do it. So I don't know why this rule would be any different. However, I do think that there's a possibility, and again, I'll tease it for next week, there's a possibility that it may not actually go through, that they may actually withdraw the rule because they're getting a bunch of pushback from a bunch of congressmen. And now that the Republicans have taken the House of Representatives, there's some issues there with confirmations and stuff.
I just ordered a bunch of stocks. We'll figure it out. And then I'll wash.
You can order as many stocks as you want. You just can't attach them to an AR pistol.
I'm just waiting for it to pass. Because, like, let's be honest. Like, if they say breakfast is illegal, right? I'm not gonna have like a hard-boiled egg. I'm gonna have steak.
You're just gonna load up on
and
it,
eggs
right,
and
yeah.
home fries and fruit and coffee and juice. Like,
gonna load up on it. I hear. It's like a cheat day for guns.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I gotta. Man, I wish they'd make up.
Look, it's gonna be a problem. Look, it's gonna be a problem. I mean, I'll tease it for next week. I think we should do pretty much almost the whole show on it next week, because it is a complicated issue, and like you, I'm getting questions every day about it. So it's going to be a problem, and it's going to be an issue. But right now, the rule hasn't been published, which means it's not in effect. So everybody is good to go right now. That may change by next week. I may come on here next week and say, hey, the rule became published, and now everybody out there who's got one of these has a problem.
Now I got to cancel my.
The good news is I guess for lack of a better term, the good news is there's, quote, an amnesty period, which means it's not like everybody becomes a convicted felon, or not a convicted felon, but a criminal overnight by the rule passing. There's a stupid amnesty period where you got to take pictures of your firearm and send it in and prove that you owned it beforehand, and then they'll let
that's
you get
a great
stamp,
idea.
and you may not have to pay the $200. Right.
Because one, they're going to say it's not legal, send it to us. Two, it's a registration, like anything they can do to register. You know what?
It's going to be a registration. That's what I mean. What
yes.
it is
even though you say it's got nothing to do with Bob Dylan, even though his name's
it's
on
an amnesty
right?
period.
And when I get arrested, I'm just
stamp.
going to call you anyway. So you better stop me from breaking.
You should call me if you get arrested.
Of course,
it's complicated, man. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
This guy got run over by a car, and he wants me to call his attorney. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong. That's my other friend. Call my other friend. This is in case someone.
Well, and they did. That was one of the other things that happened while we were on break. Is they did pass gun control in the Congress for the first time in like 30 years. So could they do it again? Who knows?
What did they pass?
It's the enhanced background check law that was passed like 6 or 7 months ago or whatever. Right. It was virtue signaling law. I mean, in a nutshell, it doesn't do anything. It opens up the books to things that could theoretically be reported to your background check, like certain juvenile records are sealed or whatever, and so there's some part of it that allows now juvenile stuff to be reported to the FDLE. It allows certain agencies to talk to each other, but in my mind, it didn't do anything. Now that doesn't mean you should agree for it to be passed, because again,
that's got nothing to do if you got locked up and being crazy. Does it? Was that in there?
No, that's always been in there. No. That's always been in there. If you get locked up under a Baker Act by judicial order, that automatically makes you a prohibited person. So you can't. This is the issue with all of these laws. There are already things on the books.
How do they know
to handle all of these things?
How do they know if you got locked up? They ask you.
No, that has to be that gets reported. If you're Baker Acted, that's what we call in Florida and a bunch of other places, which means you're involuntarily committed by court order. That isn't sealed. That gets reported to the FBI, and it goes on your background check, and you're forever prohibited from having a firearm unless you can get the court that committed you to undo your commitment. So that's not a HIPAA. That's not. There's an exception to that. Now you can be crazy walking around the street and not committed, and you're good to go. Good, right? I know, right? That's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. A lot of crazy stuff. Any new well, here, check this out. This is something that's just coming across. You know, Disney, Disney, even though we live in Florida, Bob Iger, the new but old CEO of Disney, now says that Disney has a responsibility to push gun control.
Oh, they do?
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they'll be getting rid of their SWAT team, huh?
No, he was at a fundraiser for the Sandy Hook Promise Foundation. The Sandy Hook Promise Foundation, which is obviously a gun control thing. And he was there. Obama was there. Fucking Matthew McConaughey was there, man. That guy's a disappointment. And he says that corporations have a responsibility to push gun control. So Disney's at it once again.
They want to be able to legalize like pedophilia.
Hey, hold on now. You might get banned on Facebook or whatever. Allegedly.
Yeah, a bunch of other
pedophiles. They don't want to legalize pedophilia. They have what they labeled a not so secretly gay agenda in their movies and products that sometimes target kids, I guess, is a good way to pay it. I don't know.
Yeah,
you can't use certain rules.
Should be able to change the rules and, give money to, how the Constitution is and what the laws are in America, because they want to have sex with kids.
I just hope that they try and push some sort of gun control in Florida, because I'd like to see what DeSantis is going to say about that. Is there a way to kick them out?
Have you seen the DeSantis land flag yet?
I have, yeah. Yeah.
I gotta get one of those.
Yep. And that's the other thing. We had a gubernatorial election. We have our wonderful governor got a second term.
It was close.
Charlie Chris gave it the old tan man college try. That's for sure. He did.
You know why I vote for DeSantis? Because he's a racist.
How would you like to be the guy that lost as a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent? Like, is there any other thing that the guy can slap his name on and lose for?
Well, what's his name out in Texas?
Jackass.
Yeah, Beto.
Who's that dipshit?
Beto Dork.
Beto, whatever his name is.
Oh,
right.
Hell yes, I'm going to come take your AR-15.
President,
yeah,
senator, and governor, right?
He's lost 3.
Right, yeah.
But here's the deal. When it comes to big freaking loser, crybaby, asshole pansies, I'm voting for Charlie Chris. I am on his team. He's the number one freaking idiot. Like, Beto ain't got nothing on him.
Well, right, because Beto's at least lost as a Democrat every time. He couldn't even – Chris can't even switch parties and still win. It's hilarious.
How sad is that?
Very sad.
Like, I looked up Pathetic today, and his picture was
and
there.
Charlie Chris?
I mean, so was my bank account. But, like, give me a freaking break.
That was interesting. Though, I will say – and I know you're not a big fan of it. We get in this debate every time, but we'll see what happens with constitutional carry now that he's back in there. He promised on the campaign trail that he was going to be for it. We got a couple of legislative people out that were against it, and some other legislative people in. So we'll see what happens with constitutional carry. It'll be interesting to see if we finally get it here in Florida. And if you want to know what constitutional carry is, subscribe to Musings with MGL, because I did an entire video on what constitutional carry is. So if you're interested in what it is and why some people are for it and some people are against it, then subscribe, like, share the video, and watch my video on constitutional carry. You'll learn all about it.
It's like this. As an
I know
American,
you're against it.
No, as an American, have at it. All right? As a guy that works in the firearms industry, hell no.
Sure.
Like, I see too many idiots daily.
God.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, your concern is the training. I get it. As you're okay with the freedom. You just want them to get training, and I feel that way about open carry too. Like, I would never open carry, because to me it's not a strategically smart thing to do. But I think people should have the right to open carry if they want to, and if they want to make themselves a target, then by being the first person that gets shot in the bank or the movie theater, then they're more than welcome to do that. I personally like to hold all my cards to my vest and don't like to draw attention to myself, so I would never do it. But if somebody wants to do it, they can do it.
It's like this. All the, like, open carry people, if there were more of them than if I carry open, people are going to fear and respect me. If there was more of the other people than that, I'd probably be more towards it. But you know what? There's not. No. I'm going to walk around with a fucking, like, what did Skinny say the other day? They got their Ruger LCP and Uncle Mike's soft pocket holster clipped on to the outside of their pocket.
On the outside.
Flapping around.
No retention,
like,
right? Yeah, no retention.
Like, there's nothing I want more than to go into a Circle K and have two jackasses, dick stroking their Desert Eagles together. You know what I mean? Like,
I do know what you mean.
I'm a 2A guy, but I'm a self-defense guy. I don't care about your gun. I don't want to touch your gun. Like, I can't say it enough. It's like having a penis. I don't need to take your penis to the bathroom. I have mine. Mine works just fine in the bathroom. I don't need to try yours. Well, but then you want to try my Glock 19? I have 9 Glock 19s. Why would I want to try yours? Well, because it's mine.
Because theirs doesn't shoot low and to the left.
Mine are broken. All mine shoot right in the freaking middle.
All of them. Every single one of them. How could you call something perfection if it can't shoot straight?
Listen, like,
I'm just asking the question.
All Glocks shoot to the left.
They all
That's
low
what-
and to the left.
It's like
Didn't you?
Like,
You only have that
I
video, not for
honestly-
today, but you guys have that video, right? Where he's talking to the guy and like the Ant-Man ripoff.
oh man, it's freaking like that. That's a true story.
I believe you 100%.
You know, that was a true story.
Well,
Like, why
can't they
are
just
getting
lift
stuff
their
like that
gun
when
up
people's
and
saying-
move it to the right? I don't understand. Why is it so difficult to
I'm just gonna
compensate?
aim like one of my favorites is the two guys were right next to me when I was doing a lesson, right? And I'm out there and I'm teaching this lady, right? We're shooting, and one guy says, you can hear him plain as day. One guy goes, well, you're shooting high and to the right. And then the other guy goes, and you're shooting low and to the left. And then the other guy goes, you know what that means? And the guy goes, yep, sights are off. And she just goes, looks at me.
On
I
the
go,
same gun.
"Don't." Like, don't. But don't. Like it's one of the greatest things about teaching women is when they hear men talk. Like, they don't understand why they would say something like that. It's like, really? You've been having sex with us your whole life and you don't understand us yet? We're idiots. You know, you give us a gun.
Fucking idiots.
Well, we're idiots and we're not
Come on.
capable of saying it's our fault.
Heaven
It's easier to.
knows.
It's a poor musician who blames his instrument.
What's that?
I said we're idiots, but we also don't like accepting fault. It's a poor musician who blames his instrument. It's easier to blame the object than yourself.
It's all day long, all day long, all day long. And I'm like, can you carry a gun? You know what I mean?
Scary shit.
Like, I
Yeah,
gotta
but
tell
it
you
says
this.
shall not be infringed, comma, unless you're an idiot. Maybe it should, but it doesn't.
I was someplace, and I was doing a little training, doing a little teach. I'm not gonna say where it was.
No.
And one of the guys was a 3-star general. At one point, the second highest ranking officer in that army in that country. You know, I work with him because he's a friend of mine, and he's like, Mike, I gotta tell you, he says, like, I can't, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm like, yeah, and at the highest level because he's a special forces general, right? And he's like, and I learned, like, I can't tell you how much I've learned today. I learned so much today. And I'm like, well, I appreciate that. And then the rest of the story goes like this. I go, hey, I want you to understand that you and I are friends. He's like, yeah, that's true. We're friends. We're good friends. I go, and we're drinking buddies, right? And he goes, yep, that is true. And I go, but I got to tell you, you know, it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here, like, training you, you know, and here I am, you know, heart on the sleeve, just letting the guy know how I feel. And he goes, fuck you, Mike. And he walks off. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? Like, what? So let's just say it was a great day of training. Oh, I'll send you a picture. So I have great friends
Me too.
all over the place. And I'll tell you, 92 proof. Don't drink after
Yeah,
you
that's
talk.
It's gotta be rough. Well, yeah, don't drink before, during, or after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so how did we do tonight? We get any messages or anything? I see you've been checking it all night, right?
Of course.
No, you haven't.
Nah.
Have we got a bunch of comments? And now you have to go through the deal. You have to go through tonight and answer all
I will. Tomorrow.
of them tomorrow. So I apologize for Julie not being on the iPad and looking at comments. But in her defense,
Wow.
92 proof.
They-
Oh,
What?
They are aware that if they comment, they're not getting a
God.
case
Love
or a
you.
Yay.
holster or a wristband or anything, right?
What's that?
Well, we don't have any
Oh my
sponsors. How are we going to give away stuff from we don't have any sponsors?
We'll get some sponsors. We'll do.
I
You
love
know,
Yeah, we'll figure.
like,
We'll figure. Look, we're
we
just
gotta
getting
get a feed
started,
under
man.
us.
Yeah.
We got to get a feed under us. That's it. Like, nobody was supposed to watch
Yeah,
the
we're just
show
getting
tonight.
started.
So how many?
No,
how many
just people
comments?
who got ticks.
Like a whole bunch going like, where? How come you're not answering the comments?
Yeah, I got it.
You guys got to understand that we at the format that we have right now, we can't see the comments. All right, so we have to check it on the phone or bring it up on an iPad or something like that. So
Yeah, we need to be able to do that, and you can open chats sometimes in YouTube too, where people can answer on there. We'll figure it out, but we'll be able to do some more interaction with the audience with questions and following up the chats and stuff as we go for sure.
yeah, so like this.
Woohoo!
One comment on YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Your wife's
Look,
like,
here's the deal,
what
my
you got?
Guns, Nezzy.
my YouTube channel is at like 838 subscribers or something. In order to be a real good YouTube person, you got to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So anybody who's watching this that's not subscribed, please subscribe or share or tell other people to subscribe, because it would be pretty cool to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's not a lot, obviously, but it'd be a milestone. I'll take it.
Tell them what it is.
Well, I guess if they're watching it on Frontside Press, it's Musings with MGL.
There it is.
Pretty simple.
We'll get it up. We'll throw it up on the page. I'll throw it up on my page, stuff like that. Let's try to get Jeff up to 2,000 so we can get free stuff.
I know that would be pretty cool too. We can get up and get some. You got to get certain views and a number of people, and then you can start and I get that sweet monetization money from YouTube until they demonetize and ban because you keep talking about killing people for treason and things like that.
I don't think I said one thing about killing people tonight.
This show you did not.
Even though
I'm 100%
some people deserve to die. I'm just saying
that we're going.
I'm not killing anybody.
Hey, Lana says, good.
It's a Cocaine Bear trailer.
And guns again. Nezzy's on.
From California stand.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fernando. Yeah.
Fernando, always loyal.
Guns.
Always loyal.
Love. Pablo, he's on again.
Pablo, because, what would a show be without a rocket scientist?
Well, and these are going to be watchable when we're done. Like, it's being recorded, and then it's going to be on your Facebook site and on the YouTube channel as like a watchable video. So you can go back and watch anytime that you want. So if you forgot something or you just want to watch it because you missed tonight's show, it'll always be up there. And we'll probably break out some segments too.
I love it when my friends go like, "Hey, did you see the show the other day?" "Oh no, I had to work." Like, It's not live. It's live, but it's not like
right. It's
goes
live.
away.
It's
You know what I mean? It's not like a TV
it's
show.
like the DVR. Yeah, exactly. You can always watch it afterwards.
It's always there. Like, nice try. Give me a better lie.
Live to tape.
Love you guys. Awesome.
No, it's.
Jeff,
I'm
I want to thank
glad
you
to
for
be back.
getting us all back together. Getting the band back together.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just
it's
glad.
great.
I'm just happy to be back. I'm glad we could put it all together, and I'm looking forward to it. I think we can make both our channels grow. We can help out the community, and we could just talk about fun shit. Even if people don't learn anything, there's all kinds of cool stuff that happens every week in America, and it's just neat to talk about it with people that share the similar values and viewpoint, and just have a good time.
And it's like this. Like, give us a call. You need us. You got an idea for us to go. We can go on location because we're running this stuff out of our laptop through the studio. So, if you got something going on, let us know and stuff like that. And we'll see if we can show up and do the show from there live.
Yeah, we could do it all kinds of places. I remember a couple times I couldn't come to the first Thursday because I was out of town or in a hotel room somewhere or whatever. But with this format, you can log in from wherever you want.
You're amazing.
So
I can do it in my car. I do numerous court hearings by Zoom while I'm driving in my car, so I can certainly do YouTube videos.
Awesome.
Like, let us know what you want us for topics. Message us. Message me, whatever. If anybody's got anything going on, they need our help with anything like that. Whatever we can put out on the show, stuff like that. Just let you know. Email Jeff for your suggestions because I'm dyslexic, so I hate freaking email. But anyways, no, just have Jeff do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. They can email, or they can comment on the on your Facebook page if they have a question or topic. They can go on any of the Musings with MGL videos and type in a comment. It will come to my email if they say, "Hey, why don't you guys talk about this week or whatever." It's pretty simple to communicate with the audience. So yeah, if anybody has a suggestion, they can message you guys or they can message me, and we'll talk about it next week. I don't think that we're going to have a shortage of topics from the week to week. There is so much crazy shit going on in America and the world. I mean, we didn't even get to trading a arms terrorist for a WNBA.
Oh, listen, I've been drinking. That is the last thing we want to talk about right now.
Yeah. So
like you hate America.
So much crazy shit going on in the world. Yeah.
All ass.
There.
Like, how's communism now? You want to be a socialist?
Right.
How they treat you?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't like you. They got you in jail.
Fuck you.
She might be slightly more pro-American today than she
you think so?
225 days ago. I would hope. One could only hope that she would be slightly more American today than she was
that never
a
leave
year
this
ago.
country and then want to talk about how bad and take your sorry ass and get the hell out of this country and then let me know what it's like. Because you know what? I've been on a bunch of different continents. I could tell you what sucks. You know what doesn't
you said
suck?
Bogota was you said Bogota was better, so
Bogota rocks. Like, here's the deal. We need to get a field trip, like a front side press field trip. And go down there and eat and drink and be merry. Just don't invest in anything because they're going to screw you. But besides that, the people down there are amazing. Like, here's what you got to do. Next time my mother-in-law comes to the town, everybody come over and sleep over my house and get up and see what it's like to have her cook you breakfast. And then you'll be like me. Oh.
She's amazing.
All right,
I told my
gotta
wife,
wrap it up.
If we ever get divorced, I get my mother-in-law in divorce.
I love your mother-in-law.
She's awesome.
Glad somebody does.
We need to do something. We need to get like a front side press party going, or Christmas party or something. We need to set a date up, have a class in January. Like shoot stupid people class or whatever.
Yeah. A class video would be awesome, and we can even give some training tips and throw some legal advice in there and things like that. So we'll certainly do that.
What's that?
What? All right. Well, look, this is our first show. Everything works. All the electronics worked, which is the most thing we wanted to do for today's show. So for those of you who watched, thanks for watching. Spread the word. We're going to be every Thursday at 8-ish. We're sticking with the hashtag 8-ish. So every Thursday at 8-ish, you can go on Musings with MGL, my YouTube. It'll be going live. It'll be going live on Frontside Press on Facebook and the Frontside Press YouTube page. Like, subscribe, share all those pages. Let's get these numbers up. And I think the first show went good because everything worked. The lights stayed on.
You guys hear us all right? We're good. We don't need any mics or anything like that. You get the headphones.
Should be good.
You get headphones and big mics in front of us.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
It makes you look way more professional when you have the
You're
microphone.
way more professional.
And the headphones.
I'm kidding.
Way
Next
more.
time I'll have a shirt and tie and make it really more professional. All right. See y'all next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good night.